Hello YouTube. So today we're going to talk about coffee. Now, I was really hoping to have some neat coffee cup like Campfire Talk did and have a cookie, but I neither have a cool coffee mug nor cookies. So we'll just kind of get into meat and potatoes. And you can make fun of me for my little girlfriend's little fancy coffee cup there. Anyways, so camp coffee. So right now I'm trying out this Nescafe Classico. Nice and cheap. It was 4 for $5 for 8 packets. And I got it. It's going on a trip next week, and we'll try it out. But here we go. Alright, well, I'm no coffee connoisseur there. I prefer espresso over anything else, but that's not bad. For the money, I say that's not bad at all. I haven't actually tried the Starbucks Via yet. There it sits. We'll probably have it when we go next weekend. I'm pretty cheap, so I'm saving that till then. But yeah, let's talk about camp coffee in general. Like I said, I'm not a huge coffee connoisseur, but I do like coffee in the morning. When I get up on a cold day, I think anybody can attest that it makes a big difference in getting up and getting going when you're out camping. Now, every day I drink this Thai coffee. A good friend of ours is from Thailand. She's opened our world to many great things. And this coffee and Thai tea also are some of the great things, or one of the great things. We drink it cold. I literally drink it every night when I'm at work throughout the night. I do keep it cold, but I like it. We're planning a big trip in the future, and I want to be able to take that and brew that and be able to keep it cool and keep it, we'll drink it throughout the day. So that's part of one of the reasons. So we're going to kind of talk about in general what I use for certain days. I just recently got this GSI thing that does coffee. It does a pretty good job, and I'll show you how it works in 1 second. And I like it just fine. Now, my recommendation on if you're going to get a coffee press or anything like that, if you can find this guy, I highly recommend it. It is a press bot, and it goes in the top of your thing. It screws in similar to this, and there is a press in here. Now, depending on the age of your Nalgene bottle and the age of the press bot depends on how well it works out. I love this device. I think it works really good. There's a sip in there where you pour it in after you get it going. Using this or any press, you have to figure out, you got to know what the amount of coffee the liquid is that makes you for your right coffee. It does take a little bit of trial and error. But I'll show you this guy. I'll get it out of here. Now, a little bit of disclosure to let you know, I can't find this anymore. I've looked, when I started to do this video, I started looking around to see, the specs on it, and quite frankly, I can't find one. I can't find it online at all to purchase. But if you can find one, I highly recommend getting a hold of one. You saw how I just took that out of there. Some people whine about the difficulty of this coming in and out of there. It works just fine for me. It's a little bit of trouble, but nothing big. This will let some grain in the side. It really has a lot to do with your bottle. This is an older bottle that's been beat to death, and it doesn't have perfectly smooth edges on the inside, especially because it's used a few times. Also, as you use this and wear and tear on a little bit, it gets, a little bit more and a little bit more. I don't mind a little bit of grain in my coffee, or a little bit of grit, but all in all, I think this is the way to go. Now, like I said, if you can get your hands on one, I recommend that you do get your hands on one. And it's unfortunate that it's a discontinued product or whatever the problem is. I'm not really sure, because it doesn't last forever. as this wears, this is a newer one, as this ring wears, more and more coffee will get through the sides. Now, when I go camping, what I take everywhere, I carry a Guy Out Designs water bottle, which is my main water utensil. I just got this 38 ounce one with a flat bottom. I got that because it works on my stove. But I almost always carry that and an Nalgene bottle. Now my Nalgene bottle is almost always the backup, and it's what I carry extra water in. And so either one of these devices, you just saw that, and this, you can still have plenty of water in, and it still comes out easily enough, and doesn't take up very much weight or space. Ooh, hold on, this coffee's good, I gotta tell you. Wow, for the money, I gotta say that's not bad at all. Sorry. So anyway, so I almost always have this on me. Now, depending on the amount of days I'm going to go, if I'm going to go for a couple of days, just a weekend trip, I'm going to take something like these instant coffees. For the weight and for the amount of time, it's just a no-brainer. This Vita coffee is probably as good as any, almost as good as just about anything I'm going to put in there. Now, when I go on my long trip, I'll carry this press bot, and I'll have my coffee in a bag and the sugar. I'll have everything contained in here. I probably won't carry extra water in this. When I go on that big trip, I'll carry a large water bladder, my couple of bottles, but I'll regenerate my water as I go along. I'll filter as I go along, so I won't have a huge amount on me. Now, so for 7-8 days, or a weekish trip, I'll carry this press bot. If I'm going for about 4 days, I'll carry something like this, because then I want to carry a bag of coffee. And, I might as well have a little bit better coffee. I'm going to take it's going to be some weight with me. So carrying something like this, it's not going to be much of a weight difference. These also generate a bunch of little trash. If you got 4 or 5 days, you're drinking a couple of cups a day, you're going to have a bunch of little trash. You're going to have a bunch of little stuff to do it. You might as well just carry something like this and the coffee. This does work fine. It does, cause a little bit of grit in your coffee, which I don't mind. And the cleanup is easy on it. And it's an okay design. I mean, for what it is, it works fine. Now, a little thing to think about, if you are going to drink coffee when you go camping and you're going for a weekend trip, that's a decent amount of extra water that you're going to consume. And that's extra water that you're going to have to carry in. Now, like I said before, when you carry this, you can carry water in these just fine with this device in it. But you have to remember that you are going to, whether you're heating it up in your stove or heating it up in a bottle like this, you need a secondary container to heat it up in and then pour into whatever your device is, and then you don't have water in that anymore. So you need to think about a collapsible container, or just be aware of the fact that you're going to need more water with your coffee. But yeah, so there's kind of my take on camp coffee. I think everybody wants to, or has, or does drink coffee when they go backpacking. So there you go. I enjoy it. I recommend this Thai coffee. I recommend the Thai tea. In fact, I'll show you the Thai tea. Yeah, there you go. There's the Thai tea. The tea, I don't like tea. I don't like your Lipton teas or anything like that, but I love this stuff. I recommend it. It's really inexpensive. $2.75 for this bag, $2.50 for that bag. If you have an Asian market anywhere around, I recommend trying that out. So there you go. There's 68 Outdoors take on camp coffee. So get outside and make your own food, and hey, Nescafe Classico coffee. It's not bad, man. It's not bad at all. I'll let you know what I think about that Via later on. And here's to you, Campfire Talk. I appreciate the comments and the good old, let me know that I'm doing okay. Feel free to comment, guys. I'm still learning. And if you got better ideas, do a video or let me know. We're here to learn from each other. So have a great day. Good stuff. All right, take it easy.